Jeremy.
Fitzpatrick.
Patrick.
Yeah.
I knew it was Fitz.
Well, that's what everybody called him, Fitz.
What do you want to hear?
Anything.
We don't know that. You know a tune called anything? I don't.
That's the reason I wanted to bring that up. I had figured you knew that.
Usually that's what, you know, that's what most people ask is what we don't know.
But just let her rip.
I heard Nichols been up here today.
I'm off.
What was the name of that one?
Red Apple Rag.
Red Apple Rag.
Still off. Sharp, sharp in it. Flat. Dixie Blossom, yeah.
yeah.
That's an old Percy Weinrich tune. I went by, I was looking for my great-grandmother's stone over in Joplin at Fairview Cemetery. And driving back and forth, they got in that old cemetery, they're laid out just like Joplin streets, 27th, 26th, you know, by numbers and everything, and then by names going the other way. And I went by this one where there's a gate around it, and it's where Percy Weinrich's buried, and they got a plaque there when they had their centennial or something. They put it up there.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot of it. What did they see? On Moonlight Bay, and When You Wore a Tulip, Put on Your Old Gray Bonnet.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people don't even know he was from over there. Joplin had a lot of good writers back that era right in there, and when the mines were going strong and there was a lot of money over there, you know. The old House of Lords and places like that.
Well, yeah. Put on your old rib on the sheet.
better get back in the Civil War time here. They're going to better sound here. Well, Leather Britches. Here's Leather Britches. This is an old one, right? Lord McDonald's Reel. McDonald's Reel. What do you want to hear? You know all these tunes. I told you we didn't know that.
What do y'all think?
My old favorite is I Don't Love Nobody.
Okay.
All right.
play Civil War tunes, but we'll dedicate that to grandsons of Civil War veterans.
How about the one that was payday in the Army, Soldiers Joe?
Soldiers Joe. Normally, we'd be playing over underneath that big maple tree at the Ray House, which is a lot more atmosphere, but this is a lot nicer. Today it is.
I might have enticed more people to come if we know it's going to be in.
Yeah. Anybody have anything they want to hear? Anything else?
There's so many of that. What's your Uncle Joe's favorite art? Flowers of Edinburgh?
Flowers of Edinburgh. It's an old Scottish tune. Flowers of Edinburgh. Those you get sleepy on. Play what? Something live here.
Play Arkansas Traveler.
Play for the movie while it's going.
And you can, you know, they can play while over the movie.
Like they used to.
But we need to kind of throw a movie in here if we can.
Go ahead and throw it in.
Okay. Okay. Give these
How long did it last?
13 minutes.
13 minutes.
So you guys can basically fire up in 15 minutes.
All right. This is easy living over here.
Yeah. You're not eating the finish of your guitar.
No. That piece that she jazzed up so much, you know.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
about the speed it ought to be played. It's hornpipe.
Oh, he's,
So,
they've got that 5 times faster on that record, you know.
Is that the Rocky Mountain one?
No, he actually almost started on that. That's Ladies Fancy.
That was ladies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gordon, can you tell us a little bit of your, both you guys, you and I, can you tell us a little bit of your family history? How you got into music? Where you all from?
Oh,
Well, for a long time, years and years ago, I played tenor banjo and didn't play fiddle much. And I learned on the fiddle first. But I got a hold of a banjo because it's always just like a 5-string banjo was 15 years ago. Everybody had to have, every 16-year-old boy had to have a tenor banjo. And they played them with the big bands, you know. Well, I used to go visit this uncle of mine, told that where I learned a lot of tunes. Although I never did play with him in my life. I never did with one fiddle and another fiddle, you know. I just sat and listened to him. But I don't know how they ever registered in my head, but later on, long after he's dead, when I kind of renewed the fiddle, I began to remember his tunes. A lot of them I know now that they're almost exactly the way he played them, but how I soaked them up that way, I don't quite know.
Was you born in this part of the country, or?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born right out east of town on James River. Been swimming and fishing and wading in that ever since I was a kid.
So you was probably 10, 12 years old when you played your first tune?
Yeah. I had a cousin that went to World War I. I was just a little kid, but he was a good fiddler. His name was Clay Galbraith, and Uncle Toby's son. We went over there, and he was in the Army of Occupation afterwards, and they didn't do the soldier Army of Occupation like they did in World War II. They had a system where they farmed out 1, 2, or 3 soldiers at a home, you know, and they supervised the neighborhood more or less, and kept people in line, I guess. Wasn't much to do because the German people themselves, he always said, much more satisfactory to deal with or anything than the French because they were pleasant. And they liked music and they sang a lot. So he stayed at their house, and the old German had several daughters. That's part of the reason that made it interesting for my cousin there. So they'd nearly every night or two they'd play. And the German, of course, Clay was over there without a fiddle. And the German had a good German-made fiddle. And Clay played it, all these parties and everything. So when his time, he got his word to go to Brest, France, to take the ship home, and the war was over and the occupation was over. Well, he went to say goodbye to all the German family, you know. And the father said, you ought to have this fiddle. Said, you can play it better than anybody we've ever had here. He said, I'm not going to give it to you, but I'll sell it to you. Well, he said, what do you want for it? He told him how many German marks it was. It's $4.85. So he said, of course I'll buy it, and he bought it, and had a case and bow with it, of course. So he started home on shipboard from Brest, and the soldiers found out he played, and they just bedeviled him to death to play all the time. So he finally he just didn't have any time of his own at all. So on the shipboard, one day he just walked out to the rail, just threw the bow as far as he could out in the ocean. He said, now I can't play, maybe I'll have a little bit of
you still have that fiddle,
satisfaction.
don't you?
And that fiddle, John has it.
Yeah,
That fiddle is still here now.
Springfield.
And but I learned on one of his fiddles that he left here. When he came back with that fiddle, of course he liked it better, and he sold my dad his fiddle for me to start on. So I was just a kid, but I learned a few tunes. And he taught me the first tune I ever knew, and this is what it was. One finger at a time. Old Kentucky home. I took Fiddle, he said, now put your finger right here. And I did. So I learned that one finger at a time. And that's the first tune I ever could play through.
Gordon, are you originally from this area?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Greene County, Springfield. We better throw a tune in here, then we'll talk some more there. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? You got anything you want to hear?
You know,
Ragtime Annie. How about
who's got a
that?
green Dodge, license number MLS 220?
Dodge Dart?
They've blocked in a car, and the visitor's wanting to go on out on the park. Okay.
Green Dodge Dart?
Well, they just told me it's a green Dodge.
I'll check it out.
Well, we'll find out.
I mean, nobody's in any trouble.
Ragtime Annie. Think of something to play somebody.
How about the Kelly Waltz?
Don't play
Do
that.
Don't play that?
See,
play
the one
one.
thing you had to ask for, and we didn't know it.
I'll play one just exactly like it, nearly. What?
Well, I know, go ahead.
Go ahead, what's yours?
Well, there was some other Scotty, old Scotty tune. You did-
Waverly?
Waverly.
Waverly.
That's good.
All right, I'll play this thing. This Kelly Waltz is just in another key of Wednesday night waltz, really.
Oh, that's good.
last part of that is number 20 there.
It's a pretty commonly played waltz in this area. I'll play Waverly. Up the Ray House. That's where I've seen you. Yeah. What's your name?
Whitman.
Whitman, yeah. From where?
Billings.
Billings, yeah. See, I have to get it all again because I forget from time to time.
Haven't got that second part of the Missouri Waltz.
Missouri Waltz, yeah. You were talking about records being too long. They cut that second part out years ago, and Arts or a lot of them always figured either because it's too long for the radio or too long for contest.
Yeah.
And then back in the 70s, a guy from Humansville, Ron Huey, had moved out to California and made a record. He died before it came out. He made a record right at the last of his life. And it got back here, and we all started hearing it, and everybody started playing that second part again.
Second part.
Yeah. There's still a lot of Hueys live up there around Humansville. I don't think there's any more fiddlers up there, though. And by the name of Huey, though, there's Earl Ball and some of those from up there.
Popular pieces of the 20s and 30s, I think the main reason that that part was not played was because most people played the chorus of the tune, and they didn't play the verse of it, you know. It's like in a hymn, you sing the part, and then there's always a chorus, you know. I think that's the reason that that part wasn't played. There's a lot of other parts. Now, we played 2 or 3 other popular pieces, Happy Days and Lonely Nights, and I don't even know the verse of it, but
butchered that up good.
Yeah.
Let him play it.
Real sharp that.
Play Mississippi Sawyer, that's it. A lot of old fiddlers worked in like sawing noise, and the thing is, a sawyer has nothing to do with sawing. A sawyer in the river slang, is a tree that's jammed into the bottom with the roots sticking towards the current, you know. And they had the wire sawyer, something they'd run into and sink a
But they
ship.
had some guys come down the river and pull those up as far as they couldn't saw them all.
Is that why you think that came in? Well, of course, sawyer is what they called it. Is that why they called him, you think?
The story that I've got
That's good.
on an album from the Library of Congress or something like that, that's where they say it got the name.
Yeah, well,
These guys
yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
saw
good.
those dams off to keep them from
Well,
flopping out of the
yeah.
boat. Of course, you wouldn't have to worry about the Mississippi.
Not now, you wouldn't.
Not now.
Anybody have anything they want to hear?
Yeah,
That sounded good.
sounded good. On federal property Yeah.
on Sunday. So
Watch it, Tom.
just no, Tom, no more jig dancing now when you come in here.
Art, can you play the Irish Horsewoman?
Yes, sir. We usually play two, it's a jig, we play two jigs together. One's called Over the River, Over the Water to Charlie's, and the other's Irish Horsewoman.
to Charlie's and over the river. That was Bonnie Prince Charles, and the Jacobites kicked him out of England in the 1700s, and he went to France. And so all his followers, when they'd get together, they'd have a toast over the water to Charlie, over the English Channel, they were playing. But there's a whole bunch of those tunes that have Charlie's name in it. Of course, he was the reason the fiddle really got popular, because he was such a libertine, and the bagpipe was his popular instrument. So when they kicked him out, they outlawed the bagpipe. Anybody caught playing a bagpipe in England or Scotland was put in jail. So the fiddle moved right in. It'd been there for a while, but it really moved in. That's why it imitates the bagpipes so much on all these tunes.
Tennessee Waltz.
want to hear, Tom?
Huh?
What do you want to hear?
Alice Bluegown.
You play out? We don't play out. Why'd you ask something we don't know?
What do you say that for, Tom?
Yeah.
Art, did you know there's another Tennessee Waltz?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different than that. Can you play it?
No.
I got an old 78 RPM record. I believe it's the Roane County Ramblers out of Roane
I've
County,
heard
Virginia.
Who's the guy that did this one and did the words to it? He was on the
King.
all right. He was on the Opry here not long ago on TV. They had him on. He's what made it popular.
I've got an interview with him.
Yeah.
Him and Red Stewart wrote
Yeah.
that on a 5-cent Matchbox cover. He said, if we had the cover today,
It'd be worse
Hall of
that way.
Fame. It didn't either.
There's, what?
No, Clinch Mountain. I know what you're talking about. We don't play it though.
Red Wing.
Red Wing.
Red Wing.
anybody that know that and over the way.
You know the lyrics to it.
Yeah.
How about Faded Love? Is that old or is that a newer?
Oh, what? Cripple Creek?
Cripple Creek.
Kind of. We have played it.
Somebody else said something. What was?
Oh, I just wanted Faded Love.
Faded
Was
Love.
Is that a newer tune or?
Well,
I
well.
don't know.
Now, see, a lot of these tunes, we know them. We know them. Now, like Orange Blossom Special. See, when we do this with crowds, we always say we've got doctor's cards right here that prohibit us from playing it because of our health. It's too. But if we did play it, we'd do such a terrible job on it, they'd run us out of the place. See? So some of, and like a lot of them like that, we know it, but we don't play it all the time. So we just kind of.
Beautiful job of it.
We want to play.
Deep Faded Love.
There's all kinds of versions of this Sail Away Ladies. That's no Uncle Dave making tune, but this is another kind of a different version of Sail Away Ladies, kind of an instrumental version of it.
Yeah, another name they call Step High Ladies too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I might have. I don't know.
What you're talking about.
No, we're not going to quit.
So no, I'm gonna give folks in here an option. You know, if you want him to go on, we'll just not show the movie and let him keep on playing. It's up to you guys. Okay.
Which one?
Well,
We want them to play.
from the sounds of it, you guys get to keep on.
All right.
Doesn't hurt your feelings, does it?
I mean, we're open till 8 o'clock. If they want to see the movie, they can stay in here till 8 o'clock.
You want to. This really isn't a Bob Wills. Everybody thinks it is. He took it up later on, but some fiddler in East Texas made it popular. This Beaumont Rag's a good Texas tune too. That's kind of in the same family with Faded Love and all that. Well, if you could see Texas seconds playing this, you'd see a different world. I'm what Mother Maybelle Carter called old crowfoot guitar playing. That's in the Ozarks. It's 3 fingers practically everything. But those guys, those Texas, they'll hit every tap of your foot, they'll hit a chord. Now, some of them do it good and some of them do it bad. When you see one do it good, it's hard. Nice to see you again.
Come down and play sometime.
All right, give us a yell.
On Saturday.
Okay.
You might have to be safe between a bun, but I'll beat you.
Oh, that's all right.
That's good enough.
What is your number on the radio, on AM, isn't it?
9:90 a.m.
9:90 AM. Can we get it in Springfield? I never have it.
Yeah, in some places, by the middle of September, you'll be able to get it. We're going from 250
okay.
to 2,500. So that's the rate.
Okay.
On that. Yeah, 9:90 a.m. Saturday morning.
If this was a large road, so we'd have a place out here to dance.
That's right. That's right. We've had them. We had a bunch of.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we played in here. I like it at the Ray House. It's nicer up there, but boy, not today. I mean, it would have been terrible up there today. But we played that day. They had that real heavy rain about 3 months ago, wasn't it? Boy, just a gully washer. And so we played in here, and there was a whole bunch of Girl Scouts, wasn't it, came in. And boy, could they claw. And they got up here, and they had a ball. You know, they'd never played with live music before, or danced with live music.
Here's another, since we're playing Texas stuff, G.
you got your harp with you?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Okay. Here was your chance. Here was your chance. You
Missed a good chance.
missed your chance now.
Well, let's play another waltz.
Well, you haven't played Seamus yet.
Seamus O'Brien. Tell him about it.
Now, that's the pretty old waltz that called Seamus O'Brien that Art's family played, and you hear it in the Ozarks. There's quite a few fiddlers play it, a little differently than we do. But we went to a place back east one time, Wolf Trap, to a national folk festival. They had a lot of Irish fiddle. I mean, from Ireland, they'd brought a bunch of fiddlers over. So we thought, boy, we'll play this Irish waltz for them and see how we do with them, you know. Well, as soon as we finished it, they said, what was that? In fact, had us make a tape of it because they'd never heard it before. Well, we found out later from Bill McNeil down here at the Folk Center in Arkansas that there was a guy, it was written by a guy named William Shakespeare Hayes who lived in Cincinnati in 1867. But the melody, though, is he's pulled the art. He's got pretty words to it. There's a girl who used to be at Silver Dollar City sang it, real pretty.
It's pretty waltz.
Anybody got anything they want to hear?
There's one Mr. Galbraith wrote, I think, Possum Trot. Is that
Possum
what
Say that. A. Can you read your music here? That's the thing.
Dim in here.
Anybody got anything else they want to hear?
Turkey in the straw,
Turkey in the straw?
is that similar to Crook Creek, or is that?
No, it's a different turkey in the straw. Yeah.
More people know that fiddle tune than any other one in the world, I guess.
It was first published in 1867. These things really, here's one that's even older than that. Here's one that's 35 years older than that when it was first published, and every one of you still know it. Put it up a little bit. Buffalo gals, everybody still knows that. That's 150 years old. From when it was first printed, all these tunes, that's all they can go on is when they first see it mentioned in a book or in print or something. They don't know how old these hornpipes and reels go back hundreds of years, you know, a lot of these tunes.
Here's one you remember.
square dancers recognize. Play Wagner. Tennessee Wagner will throw in fat meat and dumplings in the middle of it here. Square dance to that one, hadn't there?
Oh, boy.
Gosh.
How about Red Wing or 8th of January?
8th of January. We just finished Red Wings, so we'll play 8th of January. One his family played that I always thought was a good square dance tempo. Was that Coming Up the Pike? That's a kind of an unusual tune. had both feet going then. You had both feet going then when I was looking.
I couldn't get them still.
Yeah.
How about the, I can't think of it now.
Arkansas Travel.
What,
Arkansas Travel, yeah.
Whiskey before breakfast.
Do you?
Buffalo Gal is what I was trying to say.
Okay. We'll put a few, we just played that before you walked in. We'll put a couple more in here and then come back to it then. Play Blackberry Blossom is an old tune.
waltz called Down Home.
You want to hear Buffalo Gals? Buffalo Gals. Throw in golden, maybe. Throw in golden. wasn't written until 1890s. It was 50 years after Buffalo Gals was written.
How about hand me down my walking cane?
No, Hand Me Down a Walking Cane. I don't think we've ever really. Not really. Think of something. What's something we haven't
How
heard?
about Foggy Mountain Breakdown?
Foggy Mountain Breakdown. We don't
No,
really.
that's a bluegrass.
That's
tune.
another one that the doctors won't let us play. Because of our-
There's that Billy in the Low Ground.
That's what I've been trying to think of. My favorite tune, exactly.
You know any
You
more?
can't say I'm not giving you the chance.
You know any more tunes? Or we start over again? Or?
Wait, there's a, how about Old Dubuque?
Yeah, that's a good old tune.
All right.
Now the story in this part of the country is that on the White River, down about where Buck Creek is now, down that area, was a place called Dubuque's Landing. And when the steamboats came up, the steamboats came up the White. In fact, they even came up the James as far as the mouth of the James, past Rockaway and everything. But there was a steamboat landing called Old Dubuque. Now, you also go in the east, and there's a Dubuque on that river too, see? So these stories just kind of go. But there was an Old Dubuque on the old White River, so they say this is.
It's kind of odd too. It's got a minor chord in it. It's kind of pretty.
Nope. Schottish yet. Now, I know over around Billings years ago, those Germans over there schottished a lot, because I've heard old timers talk about that, but they don't anymore. You know? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, this is one.
Buffalo.
These, huh?
Strip the buffalo.
Well, we're going to do Doc Jessup's Schottish first.
I don't know shoot the buffalo.
Got to play a Schottish. Yeah, he doesn't know shoot the buffalo. But this is this tune's from down. You learned this from Glen Rickman at Crane, didn't you? There was a doctor down there named Doc Jessup. That's where a lot of these tunes get the name. Nobody knows the name of them. Just whoever played them in that community, that's what they call it, so-and-so's tune or something. So this is Doc Jessup Schottish. schottish. Has anybody ever seen people schottish?
Is that a German square dance?
No, it's a 1, 2, 3 hop type of dance. They did
It's
it as a
circle
pair.
couple
They do some,
dance.
boy, the ones that are good, it's really a pretty dance.
Round
I haven't
dance.
seen anybody around here do it. Occasionally between sets of the square dance somewhere, one couple will get out. And all fiddlers still play schottishes. Just like all fiddlers still play jigs. Nobody does the Irish jig anymore, yet they all still play them. So at one time people danced to them.
Play another schottish G.
We forgot we haven't played that in years. First one. All these old fiddle tunes are dance music. That's the only reason this was ever done, was for people to dance to. Of course, everybody sits and listens now, you know. You don't get, but it's too bad we've lost like the schottish and things like that, because those are really pretty dances. What haven't we played?
That
Let's
old continuum. This is another kind of a dance. I kind of like, probably in school you've danced Virginia Reel, but it's not like it. And it's bagpipe tune, and I'll try the bagpipe a little bit.
I know what type of music. So that's the thing about old-time fiddling as opposed to bluegrass and the other. Of course, bluegrass came from old-time. We like bluegrass, but there's the variety of this music. We play 10 or 15 different types of music, and they don't play just old stuff. Now, let's play up into the 20s here, Me Too and that Dark Town Strutters. These are a couple of kind of 5 foot 2 Eyes of Blue era. got anything else?
Across forward.
Yeah, McCross, dump store in McCross Ford.
Out east of Springfield on James River, there's a crossing. It's been there since in about 1835, right close to 1 mile of where I grew up. It's a crossing on the James River, and it's always a kind of a tricky crossing. And there's a doctor who was at Stratford, which is also east of Springfield. Went all over the country and had a big practice. Went to people's houses, of course. He had house calls, but he went to people's houses, and if it took all night or 2 nights to birth the baby, he stayed with it, you know. Had a driver and drove him. So one night they were coming from back southeast towards Rogersville somewhere, and they crossed that stream, and there's a rickety stream. The doctor was asleep, and the driver was driving for him. And they got across, and he said, the driver said, "Help me remember in the morning." He said, "I was just dreaming a fiddle tune, I'm going to play it in the morning." He's a fiddler too. So this is the tune he's supposed to play. This is called McCross Ford.
This area, everybody's always said McGraw's Ford. That's what I said all my life. Everybody says McGraw, but it's McCross Ford. That's the first thing I learned from it. Tell you where it is. It's just west of where 125 Bridge crosses James River out there. But everybody still, and in the paper they'll still have McGraw's Ford with a G instead of the C. McCraw family lives out there. That's where it was named after. Play 4th of July Waltz.
Yeah, this is my own composition. And about 12 years ago, when the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, called Bicentennial, I sat around on the front porch home and I was playing a mandolin. The tune kept coming into my head and kept on. Finally, I perfected it pretty good. I thought, well, what's a good name for that? So I called it 4th of July Waltz.
got your own way. Yeah, let's see.
Now
We haven't
somebody
played, rabbit foot. Here's another type of music dance that they always had. We call it blues in the Ozarks, but it has nothing to do with black blues. I always call it honky tonk. Is what I always call it. But here's one called rabbit foot blues. They used to dance that old two-step where they look like they were pumping water, you know. I think I used to do that. Hello, neighbors. How are you all? Have I got any requests?
You fellas doing as two songs together to Lay Your Good Money Down.
Oh, yeah, and
Want to go back to Memphis?
let's, I want to go back, yeah, I want to go Memphis so bad. Square dance to me, hold it. That D in it. excuse me, I forgot that waltz. Who brought it up? I think I did, didn't I? We haven't played that in a long time.
Anybody got any ideas? I've got more tunes, but I can't think
Canadian
of
waltz. What is Canadian? That's ook pick. We don't play ook pick. We can. We have played it before, haven't we? But it's been so long. Let's not go two in a row. I'll mess up on. Let's throw something in between. It's been a long time. It's called ook pick, which is that Canadian waltz is one name for it. And ook, OOKPIC, and that's Eskimo words. But when you get in Oklahoma, they call it the toothpick waltz. That Westphalia waltz I mentioned. There's an old fiddler from down at Fayetteville. Never did hear things right. He always had names all wrong. And whenever he was going to play the Westphalia waltz, he'd always tell me he's going to play the West Sedalia waltz.
Let's play West
Let's play it. If I mess up on that, then. Nope, you get it. We're really messed up today. Throw it a hoe down then. The real name is Miss McLeod's Reel. Is the real name for it in the British Isles. Would be that. What's something? Anybody else got any requests?
That Arkansas turnback?
Arkansas, yeah. Nice to have you out there. He remembers more than I do. At least you don't pull ones I can't remember. I do that on myself. Being in this nice air-conditioned building throws us off. I think we're better off over there at the Ray House. I tell you, they tell us this is a Missouri tune. I don't know, Blue Mule. Let's play the Blue Mule. played for the opening of the Angus cattle, Junior Angus thing the other day. They had the prettiest pair of matched mules, didn't they? From up at MU, they brought them down there pulling their wagon. Boy, they were beautiful. So we played that and flop-eared mule. Let's play flop-eared mule. That sounded good. Sir, do you have a request?
I don't know.
Well, I kind of looking at you, I kind of thought that when I looked out there.
Leather breeches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord McDonald's Reel. Yeah, but that was 2 hours ago. We'll play it again. something wrong with the music? Or, I mean, is there something? Well, all right, I guess, go ahead. We'll wait till you all leave. Those are my neighbors, so I can kid them. They live on the other side. The Wilson's girls live here, and that's the other clan that lives down the street. They're all taking Suzuki.
Let's play the jigs again.
Square dance any? Used to, yeah. There's quite a few of us. I've been going over to Douglas County. Of course, when you go over there, you really get a workout, you know. But there's a couple of good ones that teach over there, and there's been a lot of people around. See you later.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing Tom.
Bob Carmack was our teacher.
Bob Carmack, do you know?
Yeah. We saw him out at their house one night, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. There's been some wanting to learn, you know, and not this Texas swing, but I mean the old time, you know. Boy, they move out over there in Douglas and Ozarks. I'll lose 3 pounds in a night if I go over there. They quit in the summer, you know, because they don't have any ventilation in this place to dance. My gosh. So I'm gonna see if we could ever get enough of us to maybe start doing it over here and have just a couple of them come over and call, you know, whatever. I think we do better outside than we do in here.
What was the name of that one?
Stone's Rag.
That Stone's Rag.
It's not like Whiskers.
That is. It's almost the same. And White City's another name for them. They're almost identical.
Yeah, there's,
Have you done the Sunday Night Reel?
no.
Says Jesus.
Well, you're loaded.
Up here.
Gee. Kentucky Waltz. We didn't play that. I just don't remember.
Weidman's Quick Step.
ago, we had that Sunday rain,
Out here, this
Yeah.
place was, yeah.
and they were re-roofing this thing. And they hadn't rained for quite a while. The roofer said, "Don't bother about the weekend." Said, "We've got it secured. You're not gonna hurt a thing, even if it does rain." We came out here this afternoon, they had buckets sitting all over the place, and this place just leaking like.
Oh, it's really unbelievable.
They had plastic up there and the wind blew it. Let's play Over the Waves, we haven't played that.
Snowshoe,
Yeah.
and then we'll finish up with that waltz, and that'll do it. I can remember it. I'll probably forget it now.
This is called Snowshoe. That's a good tune for today.
We always finish up with 4 o'clock.
Waltz we saved for me. It's a French tune. C. thing about my records. I've got records here.
Hey, let me have your name, phone number, or something, in case they get something going. Are you up to doing some square dancing? You are,
When are you gonna come out with your third record?
well, I tell you, there's people down there in their 80s that put me to shame. They know what they're doing. Well, maybe sometime out here if you come out, maybe we'll have gotten started. You leaving?
You got.
Well, I'm glad you came.
Your repertoire, you can put
Did you lose your ride or something? I have a car out there if you need a ride home.
Mine out in the car.
We really enjoy it though.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you suffered with us here. Boy, we did bad today. Lord, we haven't played for a while. I tell you, no matter how many years you've been playing together, you forget sometimes. Lose your concentration.
You're a native of Springfield, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, my wife is. Billings always makes me think of some stories. Her mother was a little, so you know, there's 10,000 little over here in Clever, but one time she was telling, she and Granddad said, they never tell me how when she was a girl, said, no, they never went to dance. She remembered them Germans from Billings coming over, and she said they just brought barrels of whiskey. And Granddad said, that wasn't whiskey, Granny, that was beer. Oh, no, Dad, I see you. So she'd go to dances when her brother would say that. Those evil Germans over there, Billings caused all the trouble. Glad y'all came out. See you again. We'll play again in August, and we'll play again in September. Maybe we'll be back over the radio. I do like it better over there. It's a lot more atmosphere to it over there.
Good atmosphere there.
This is sure nice today.
It's more like a
Yeah.
chamber music.
Yeah, it is, just about.